I wanted to bring this up real quick before we get into it. Chapter 167 of Chainsaw Man, everybody's been losing their fucking minds about it. Like, oh my god, how would they ever be able to put this in? Ever? I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to... It was a guys. Let's grow up. Let's grow up.
What chapter did you say it was?
Hold on.
What?
160. 160.
Did Makima give Denji a...
No, Makima. I mean, no spoilers, but it was a guys. Let's grow up. Let's be adults. We all know what Chainsaw Man is.
Yeah,
like,
it's literally the premise.
It's literally a premise. Get over yourselves. Like,
you know what's crazy? I was
I'm still so confused. I'm gonna look this up.
Speaking of Chainsaw Man, yeah, of course you're gonna look it up. He's about to get chubbed up.
I'm confused. If it's what I
But-
think it is, I'm gonna be not reading
no,
this. Or
well,
watching
no,
it.
you're gonna spoil yourself. Don't do it.
I don't care. I know what's
You
going on.
gotta read it.
I'm well
I
known
can look
with
stuff up. I know what's going on.
my barbering community as a anime nerd. One comment today was this is a bit of a preface, but I was like, yeah, dude, I'm not a huge anime nerd. And the dude with this kid I was cutting, he was like, you don't look like you'd be an anime nerd. I was like, what's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Anybody can.
Yeah.
But
It's
then
universal.
I was cutting this one kid, and he's 6, mind you.
Don't cut the kids, dude. Like,
I can't help it. It's cut this kid's hair, and he's 6, just turned 6. And his dad was like, tell Gannon, what anime you've been watching, what show you've been watching on Disney. I was like, what show was it, man? And then the kid goes, Chainsaw Man.
on
like-
Disney?
I guess Chainsaw Man's on Disney. And because at first I was like, oh, really? Like, you've been watching Chainsaw Man on Disney? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I like Denji. I'm like, bro, what? And then he's like,
He's name dropping.
yeah. He's like, and I love the fight with him and Katana, man. That was super cool. I'm like,
Good fight.
this is bad. This is so bad.
No,
like, you're 6.
I wonder if they're like cutting out all the sex stuff.
Yeah.
Literally in the first episode, he's like, I want to touch boobs so bad. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's what I was like, and I looked at Dad. I was like, "He's watching Chainsaw Man," and he's like, "Yeah, I watched like each episode." He's like, "I didn't realize how sexual it was." I was like, "Then I look back at this."
Oh, so they're still doing it then?
I guess so. I was like, maybe like start with Dragon Ball or something a little more.
I mean, actually, we see. We noticed that like Disney Plus has a lot of shit on it. Hold on, let me pull it up right now. They have a lot of stuff on there like that you didn't think Disney would have on there.
Is Chainsaw
Honestly,
Man
I
on
think
there?
I think
It's because of it.
Go.
Sorry, it's because of Hulu. Because Hulu acquired Disney, so a lot of Hulu stuff is also on Disney Plus.
other way around. Disney acquired Hulu. No way Hulu's acquiring Disney.
Okay, I got Disney Plus and ESPN for free, so I was like, did Hulu buy these two?
Yeah, you get them as a bundle now, so
Yeah.
but it makes sense because Heavenly Delusion, the anime I was talking about, is also like a Disney anime, but it definitely shouldn't be a Disney anime. They're on that.
I don't want to pull up. I don't want to pull up the entire app. I'll just look on my phone. We saw.
Look, put this kid on Star Wars Visions. Why is he 6 watching Chainsaw Man?
Put them on Pokemon. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
this
god,
is what we
dude!
should...
Sarah's cousin, he's bad with that. Like he was talking about like watching Attack on Titan. Like I don't know how long ago it was. He said he wanted to be a kamikaze pilot. I don't even think he knows what kamikaze means.
You
I
wanna
think
die?
I think these kids nowadays think they can just respawn. There's no respawning, bro. This ain't Fortnite. There's no going back to the lobby. The lobby, heaven, or whatever. There's a game over. I've been seeing a bunch.
Kamikaze Pilot, you could go until like Valhalla.
Dude,
Right?
that's
Warrior
crazy.
Death.
So I'm on Disney Plus right now. Let me lower my brightness, turn it around. The Kardashians is on Disney Plus. What the fuck?
I mean, it's just entertainment at this. I feel like Disney, ever since they acquired Star Wars, people were kind of like, are they going to make Star Wars like PG, you know? And I think for the most part they've done a decent enough job of keeping like the adult themes in Star Wars. So, and I think they are starting to lean towards that direction, and they do a lot more adult themed things in their shows and their movies. So maybe Disney just isn't all about kids anymore. Maybe it's Moon Knight.
When are
maybe
they going to be a
Disney
monopoly?
was the friends we made along the way.
When are they going to be considered a monopoly?
They are a monopoly.
When are they going to put out the Walt Disney documentary where he was just a Nazi sympathizer? We need that. We need to expose this mother trucker.
Yeah. And he touched
Mother
kids.
trucker.
Did he?
Diddler?
No pun intended.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Jeez.
Yeah.
Fuck Disney.
And his head's underneath of the Disney part in a jar.
I love that conspiracy where they made the movie Frozen, so people, when you look up Frozen Disney, you see the movie instead of like Frozen Disney head.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
It 100% is
Crazy.
underneath the underneath
Futurama
the
style.
castle.
Just down there talking with Richard Nixon.
I don't think he's talking. I think it's just like kind of freezer burnt at this point, you know. But
No, exactly like Futurama. It's just in a green jelly, and they talk. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the Something Original podcast. My name is Adrian, and here in our lovely studio, I'm joined with our other host.
Gouda cheese.
I am not a crook.
I am not a crook.
I was gonna say something about Nixon, but then I forgot.
He was funny in Black Ops Zombies, that little cutscene they had. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Gannon played Black Ops Zombies because he doesn't like zombies.
I mean, I usually skip the cutscene stuff.
I used to like it when I was, like 12.
You're just
I feel so bad for the streamers that have to stream Call of Duty 24/7 just to stay relevant. I look at their clips and I'm like, Nick Merckx, fucking
Dr. Disrespect.
Tim the Tatman, fucking like, and people.
I kind of like Tim still. Tim's doesn't seem like a bad guy. He just seems like a fat, loud guy. But he's not that big anymore. He's not.
He tends to pander with his
he does
friends.
pander a bit,
but
He does pander. Yeah.
But I think it's the Call of Duty mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of the COD brain rot is affecting them pretty heavily. But I feel bad. Not even like just the streamer personality aside, I feel like watching Call of Duty clips, I feel so bad for them. I'm like, this game looks the exact same like 4 years ago. Why are you guys still playing it? There's so many better games out.
Because Warzone.
Because they're imprisoned to that demographic of gamers that I've talked to some people and they're like, yeah, I game. I'm like, what do you play? I play a lot of like Call of Duty or Madden. I'm like,
I mean,
we have nothing to talk about now. There's now a language barrier.
It's like Skibbity Toilet.
but I have a perfect explanation for it. It's because Call of Duty was like probably the biggest game series for a while, and I played so much fucking Call of Duty. I loved it. My whole family loved playing Call of Duty. Oh, except my mom. She didn't play video games. But like me, my dad, my little brother, my older sister, my older brother, like we all played Call of Duty. They took their TVs out of the room, set it up on the coffee table with their PlayStations out, and we were all in a party just sitting there with like 4 TVs, 4 systems, well, 3 systems. But a lot of these people can't let go of the fact that Call of Duty isn't that big anymore, that they have fucked up Call of Duty with all of this bullshit. Call of Duty is not the same, and it's not the biggest, it's not the best, and people won't let go of it. That's why they keep playing it. They hope that them still playing it is going to bring back what it lost, and it's not. Like,
I feel like if you play it too much, you're going to like nitpick things to a very microscopic level because you are just so engraved into the culture of it. You don't have a chance to take a break, reflect on other things, and then come back to the new game and you're like, oh, this reminds me of what I missed about Call of Duty. Not like, oh, it's just the same stuff. It's because it is the same stuff. Like, you just, you have just been stuck playing it your entire life.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I used to love Call of Duty. I mean, before podcasts, like, I was helping running, like, a Call of Duty page on Instagram. Like, I did a lot of Call of Duty stuff, but, like, one of the things I've noticed is half of the appeal, at least for me, with Call of Duty, was the campaign. Campaign stories were so good.
I will say that was
like,
my favorite thing about Call of Duty.
Yeah. Now they're just like, hey, Warzone, Nicki Minaj, fucking, what do they got now? Gundams in Call of Duty? What the fuck are Gundams doing in Call of Duty?
Well,
they have the boys.
The boys, like, why do you have Call of Duty? Like,
They want to be Fortnite so bad. They want to be Fortnite so bad.
I would get it if there was no story, if there was no premise or anything, but you do missions and shit in Warzone now. How the fuck is Homelander doing missions and this doesn't make sense. You've built a closed-in world, a closed story, and now you're just shoving shit in there and hoping it fucking makes sense with it. It doesn't. You're just grasping for popularity. That's why Call of Duty sucks now. Fortnite can do it because it's goofy.
I feel like the new superpower in the next 2 years is gonna be FromSoft.
I think well, yes. I think with Elden Ring,
I feel like it's a very niche kind of subcategory of gamer was like the Dark Souls. Never played, like, I tried Dark Souls 3 before Elden Ring came out a little bit. I played it for a little bit, but it wasn't giving me that spark like Elden Ring gave me. And shout out to Erdtree coming out Friday, so I think it's about to go up. I've seen clips. I'm trying not to watch them, but goodness gracious, some of the stuff they're adding looks so fun. Sign me up.
real quick, I did want to go back. You said, Adrian, before pre-podcast that you were running that account. You actually, fun fact, first time you were ever a guest on the podcast, you plugged that account.
I did.
That's right.
I did. Didn't really go anywhere. And then I just stopped caring about Call of Duty because it just got so bad.
Well, that was back when we were averaging like 10 viewers an episode. But
that's neither here nor there.
we're on the up and up now. By the way,
Yeah,
thank
we're doing a
you
little
for another bunch of views, audience. Greatly appreciate it.
On the tubes, you're killing it.
On the tubes, on the podcast, it's separate. So we're gaining the views from every which direction.
Yeah, I'm about to lick y'all.
Consensually, of course. But
Yes.
I was going to ask you again.
And only
you guys,
dudes.
Yeah, he's married now, so neither here nor there.
Yeah.
See, I'm a lot smaller than Gann, so he's just going to grab me by the shirt and just be like, give me consent to lick you.
Say yes.
It sounds like a fantasy you've been kinda conjuring in your head a little bit. I was gonna ask though. Shadow of the Erdtree does come out this Friday, this week. I haven't been on Destiny in a sec. Are you guys still hot and heavy in Destiny, or
Yeah.
are we going to transition over to Elden Ring?
The way I'm looking at it, because, I have the final shape now, and what I've come to realize is I really love playing the competitive Destiny 2. Like, I was playing Osiris. I was getting destroyed last night, but before that, I think I could see it myself, like, still being attached to it, because I played Destiny, no matter Destiny 1, Destiny 2, since I was, like, 13, dude.
Yeah, Destiny 1 when it came out, I was playing it day one.
And so, I remember seeing the trailer as a young man, and I was just like, this game looks like everything I've ever wanted in a game. And here I am now, 26. Wow. Yeah, and I just love it still because you go back and it's just like, running through dungeons and just being cool guys.
Yeah.
Setting up a build. So I'm definitely going to keep that, and especially on like
Okay.
weekend events, yada yada. I'm really spamming right now, but yeah, dude.
So,
Yeah.
but once Shadow of the Erdtree comes out, deep diving into it, and then like whenever we want to hop on, it's
Yeah,
Destiny.
back and forth. Yeah,
Cool.
so,
It sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, because now I'm invested into it to where I'm now have everything, so I
Yeah.
can go back to it whenever I want and still have it. And I'm definitely going to be on the Trials of Osiris, so I might as well just keep it in the back burner.
I'm literally about to have 3 games that I'm juggling between. I got Destiny that I want to like go through and beat all of the stories.
Yeah.
I want to get every subclass. I want to get the final shape and like get that subclass. I have Persona 5 that is the fucking longest goddamn story in existence. I'm at like 60 hours now and I'm like I feel like I'm only halfway through. And then I'm about to have Shadow of the Erdtree where that's going to take up like another 100 hours of my time.
Adrian, actually, this actually should be a question mark here to you. Are you going to be on Shadow of the Erdtree?
Oh.
Honestly, I don't know because I'm just with everything that's like going on. I'm not
Take
trying to
my
say
hand.
too much,
Just
so
take my hand.
I
Take
don't
our
know
hand.
if when I get paid, if I want to get the final shape, or if I want to
Yeah.
get Shadows of the Erdtree because I
It's
knew
tough
this was going
choice,
to happen when you
It's-
guys were. I knew this was going to happen when you guys pulled me back into Destiny. Like with me and Destiny, like when it gets like whatever, I'll leave the game. But if like I go back to the game, like
Oh yeah, you could.
it's bad. Do you see what
gotta
I
dip your
do in the
toe.
game? I've crafted. I spent so much time while you guys weren't on, since we downloaded Destiny 2, crafting all of my shit to like work together. All of my traits, all of the traits on my guns, like upgrading my guns, having it set to where like if I want to switch to like range, I have this other gun to pair with that for when I'm not like. I get deep into it. That's always been my issue with Destiny. I get deep into it. So like, there's an
Don't
issue
get
with
too
that.
deep into this conversation though, because we might do a something scores
I'll
later.
get deep in you.
But shut the.
You go to dip. Like I knew it was gonna happen. I went to dip my toe into Destiny, and then I just fell in.
That's the thing. That's what Destiny fucking does to you. It's like you just want to dip the toe in, and then you end up going all the way in, head under.
Speaking of which, Chase, did you get the final shape?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
I brought this up to Gan, all right? I did the math. I was looking at like everybody's shit because I wanted to see what kind of like gear and stuff, what kind of guns you guys had because I was bored looking on the Destiny app. And I saw yours and you were at like light 1960. I was like, how are you higher than me? You haven't been on much.
I play in the morning when none of you guys are on because that's usually the time I can play, like because I usually do shit at night. So I just been grinding during the day and like
I did the math yesterday on your equipped gear. You had a random +6 light out of nowhere. I did the math on my gear. I was at an accurate light level. Yours was +6 higher than was supposed to. You're supposed to be at 1954. You're at 1960.
what are
It's
you
weird.
What are you saying?
No, I'm not saying anything to you. It's weird. Like,
So
how
you're
did you-
hacking
what-
thing?
what-
Don't think
where-
so.
I was like, did you get the final shape? Like, what's?
No, I just been trying to play Lightfall because I want to get that goddamn Strand subclass, and it won't give it to me. It's just the longest fucking story. I don't know when you get it, and I don't want to like commit to playing a campaign mission that can maybe take me a fucking hour to beat because it's hard. And
You doing
then
legendary?
maybe get it? No, and it's still like kicking my ass for some reason.
We're doing it on Legendary. The other
I
day,
know.
4 hours it took us to do 2 missions.
Yeah, that sucks. You
But
might as well
dude,
just,
it's so addicting. It's
but just
like,
Because aren't you gonna like do all the other stories as well? You got the final shape coming up, and I heard that's pretty long. You know.
First
And
off, don't even get me
we
started with the final shape, because I was reading forums and stuff yesterday. Apparently, if you want to get your class exotic item in the final shape, like campaign or whatever during that whole DLC, you have to play a mission where it only queues you up solo, but you have to do it with another person at least.
I think I've seen that.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't get that.
It's solo queues, and I think you have to invite you have
to. Like, you can't have a fire team queue up.
Oh.
At the end, you have to fight each other, though.
But it doesn't make sense that it doesn't allow you to queue in with a fire team. It doesn't allow you to match make. It sends you straight in by yourself. Can't do it with a fire team. Can't match make. But you have to invite someone. That doesn't fucking make sense. And now it feels like, oh, my complaints are valid, because I've been saying, what the fuck is up with some of these level designs? Shit does not be making sense.
Did that yesterday where we were like on a platform this big, and the boss is like this big.
Yeah.
And then he could tether and then shield flash you right off the edge. Luckily, I got
along with teleporting to you, so you can't run from him for too long, because he'll just teleport next to you, tether, shoot you. But you're on, like, fucking asteroids.
Should we just get into the something scores? I don't want to be spending the entire episode talking about it.
Let's get right
before we even get into it, you know? Before we get into the girth of it. Are we doing all of Destiny 2 or all of Destiny as a whole? Because I don't think there's going to be a Destiny 3.
Do you know the original Ghost voice on launch was Peter Dinklage?
Yes, we've talked about this before. Yeah, literally in a couple episodes ago, I think.
Yeah, and then he left, and it's Nolan North, who equally as good. They were both equally as good. Surprisingly.
Peter Dinklage is the man
but
for that.
Peter Dinklage got bullied off of it, though. People, like, refused.
Which I don't understand, because...
because it sounded good. Like, I heard the voice over for it, and he sounded fine. What the fuck?
Like, the Ghost, yes, it's an important character, but it's also, like, doesn't need its own fucking super distinct voice. Like, Peter Dinklage did just fine. There was nothing wrong with his voice.
Yeah.
But, should we just do Destiny 2, since that's the one we've been playing? I don't know if you guys even remember much about Destiny 1.
I do.
I remember a few things.
The fond memories of raids and the Vault of Glass.
I literally remember tripping on acid, playing with Gannon and Jesse, and I could not get through the mission that we were on. I was like, nope.
Yeah, it's not really an enhancement, like a sports enhancement drug. It's more like sit and stare at the wall kind of
No, I definitely thought Destiny would be like one of those games that, like, it kind of feels like a trip in itself in some parts. And I was like, oh, this is going to be even crazier. But Destiny is a very, like, focus-heavy game. You really need to pay attention. I couldn't do that.
That's why I love playing while I'm high, because I'll just, like, focus in. And that's why I'm just straight murdering shit.
Dude,
some would say lock-in. Sorry.
You leading us through that mission yesterday, Adrian?
I was going to say, the Vault of Glass.
Nuts.
The Vault of Glass is why, with Destiny, I have such good memory with, like, dungeons or raids. Like, if I run through it once, I know what I'm going to need to do again. Like,
or
I can do it 100 times
also.
after.
You remember the Crota raid? Where you jump in through that hole, and it's like the longest fall, and it's like pitch black, except for like this middle gazebo, and there's just water everywhere, but then you could just like hear the footsteps of all the thrall running in. And it's just like...
Good times.
Iconic.
Yeah. I should have put Destiny in my top 5. I don't know why I didn't put it in my top 5. Because, honestly,
it's been
looking
kind
back...
of on the back burner. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like... in the back of my mind, though, is really probably the one campaign I have honestly never fully given up on. Like, you know what I mean? I played Destiny since I was legit a boy. And now I'm a man. A man.
Well, I have a score, and I'm ready to dive in if you want me to go first.
Go ahead. Take it. Take it away.
I don't think you guys are ready for the score. 10 out of 10 Destiny 2.
Really?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so the 10 out of 10?
Two 10 out of 10s. No, I guess it wasn't going to be back-to-back. We did fucking Hypercharge and that. Damn it. And Chainsaw Man. We reviewed Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
If you want those reviews, check back to other episodes. Sorry.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Destiny 2. I remember when I first bought it. I remember looking at the reviews of the game before I bought it. It was at a 2-star rating. I was like, what the fuck is up with people, you know? Played it. I played the very first, like, the campaign that it launched with. I was obsessed with the big thing about Destiny 1 going into Destiny 2. Destiny 1 claimed it never had a story until, like, the Taken King. Destiny 2 kicked off with a amazing, engaging story, and then the Red War, and then it just kept going. I will say the microtransactions, the direction that it took as the game wasn't great, but I think it was a necessity for the company to make what they needed to make. I think a lot of it had to do with Activision. I don't blame Bungie 100%, but they are obviously still to blame. But I don't think that in itself is enough to knock it down any scores. I felt like every DLC expansion that came out, it added quality of life, just amazing gameplay with every single one, that it was worth the money that you wanted to spend on it. I mean, I took a break. I didn't play the last 2 DLCs, and I came back and I spent like, what, $3 on them? Not bad. But yeah, I think aesthetics overall, like, do it for me. Destiny aesthetic is just 10 out of 10 in itself. I fucking love it. I love all the different classes. I truly think they were like the first like looter shooter that everybody tried to replicate and couldn't get it right. We saw Anthem was trying to be a response to Destiny. It failed flat on its face. And I think honestly after that they stopped trying.
Borderlands is the best looter shooter though. Throw that in.
I would agree. I would agree actually. I would take it back.
I love it.
But Destiny, I think just the aesthetic, how everything is tied in. I said it before and I'll say it again. Destiny shaped the way I want every single game to function as. You have a first-person element, you have a third-person element, you have how every single thing in the world is tied into the story and into the world. Like, Crucible is how you play PvE, or PvP. But it just has, like, it's not like Team Deathmatch. It's Crucible. That sounds fucking hard. If you want a PvE to PvP, like, game mode, Gambit. What the fuck? Like, what is that? It's not just some generic sounding like Rumble, you know? It's like, it's cool and it ties in, and there's like a cutscene before you get some of the story. All the characters are amazing, even though, like, I would say some quest design elements are not great. For some of them are repetitive, but I think Destiny is one of those games that can just kind of be like a mindless repeat, and you can still get new things every time you experience that. Kind of like Remnant 2, where you could play the same mission over again. You may find something
Fun
new.
game. It was a fun game. We don't play it, but it was a fun game.
I hopped on it a couple weeks ago when no one was on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just for funsies. I was just like, I just wanted to go kill the British guys again.
Yeah. You just got to take your anger out. You were just like, dude, these fucking UK fucks, like, kill the stranger.
Yeah, I had to go back and find them, spin it back.
Spin a
You
block.
never make friends that way.
But yeah, I mean, like, the raids in Destiny, fantastic. Dungeons, fantastic. They're definitely like one of the best things about Destiny, and that's just like a small percentage of the game. That's it. I mean, 10 out of 10 for me. I will pass it on to somebody else.
I will go. I'll give my score at the end. I'll start off with my gripes, I guess, which really aren't the worst things. Like, it's clearly a lot more difficult, the game, which I don't really hate. It does make it a little more difficult to maybe run it solo. Maybe for some people. I don't think I actually will have that problem running it solo. But then again, it's not that much of a problem for me because I've kind of transitioned in the way I've played Destiny. Like, for a while, I played Destiny by myself. Like, when I played Destiny 1, I did that all by myself. I only had one friend to do the raid with. I had to go looking for groups and stuff on these forums online. Like,
should have invited me.
I didn't have anyone. It was high school. So, like, I didn't have anybody to play with. And that Destiny was great. And Destiny 2, when it first dropped, was great because I was still kind of in that era of playing Destiny by myself. So doing the campaign solo was never a problem. Things are a lot more difficult, clearly. It does make it suck in some instances, like we were talking that mission we did yesterday, where it's like we're on a tiny floating like asteroid platform. We only can jump onto a much smaller asteroid, and that's it. And like, the enemy we're fighting has all the capabilities to just get to us, stop us, shoot us off, and keep killing us. And even with like some normal enemies, like, I shouldn't be expending like 7 full fucking magazines just to kill one enemy. Like, it's why. But some of the, like, there are some things that are kind of like very vague, which, yeah, it's cool to figure it out, but like, it's also just like sometimes it's like niche things to figure out, like finding this here and taking it here. Like, how do you even like notice these things? You have to like really look at small details to figure some of these things out. And then like the quests themselves aren't clear in the directions. So like when we did that, trying to do that exotic quest last night, we should have finished the dungeon. I didn't want to tell you guys that last night, but we were supposed to finish the dungeon.
I knew it. 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 I knew it.
But it doesn't. It didn't say that.
I said, we should probably finish this. I don't know any Destiny missions where you can just be like, okay, I got to the final step. I'll just come back and finish it.
That was my. There were some quests like that in Destiny. That's why I thought like that. But yeah, we were supposed to finish the dungeon, which is okay. Again, Vault of Glass brain.
Is it okay?
I remember how to get through. I can get us through the puzzle quick. We don't have to do all the extra bullshit. All we had to do is get in there, kill, kill, kill. That's easy. Without doing all this extra shit, if we're all focused on killing, it gets a lot easier. But, yeah, sometimes it's not clear. Like, that last step didn't say finish the dungeon or the statue at the end of the dungeon. It just says bring it to the statue. Where the fuck is this statue? Yeah, maybe I should have known finish the dungeon, but should have been more clear. But,
it's kind of like Elden Ring, though. Like, the quests are... They don't spell it out for you. They're, like,
Chase,
all talking in metaphors, and you just kind of have to look up a guide.
Chase, it's the dungeon.
Oh,
yeah.
the one?
The one.
The one that we spent, like, the entire... Like, until, like, 5 in the morning trying to beat? No, yeah.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
But,
reload. Bang, bang.
Also, another one of my gripes... This is just like performance issue. It's been getting really annoying. Like, there are people in the tower who still have like a blinking icon telling me I have something with them, and I don't. I don't have anything with that person.
You
and
scroll
like,
right.
There's no way to clear it. I've scrolled right. I've looked at everything, and it's just doesn't go away.
Yeah, same thing happens to me, and I'm just like, whatever.
The Drifter, Akora.
Well, maybe he just wants to talk to you. Everything like that. Maybe he gets lonely just sitting
Maybe I
there
don't want to talk to him.
Hey, Guardian.
Sometimes loading in, you just like your character is invisible or your gun is invisible. Even trying to look at some stuff, like if I'm trying to take a look at like some of the ornaments, if I hit preview, it just doesn't preview or just disappears. It just doesn't show it. Like there's some just like performance things where it's like, fix that. But I will also say, Destiny was one of my favorite games. Like, playing it. Like, I spent hours and hours just redoing the Vault of Glass, trying to get... If I saw somebody, like, in the tower and a form or anything that had a higher level, light level than me, I was doing everything I could so I can have a higher light level. Like, to me, I was just trying to be, like, the best at Destiny for some reason. And I loved that. And, it kind of went in a weird direction with some of the story in Destiny 2, like how it lost popularity and was trying to change shit up, and like still trying to figure out all what's going on with this entire story in Destiny 2. But you know, like I said, the way I play Destiny is different, so I don't mind that doing this campaign I have to do it with you guys, because like I can't do it alone, because like we're always on games, especially on Legendary. That shit is hard.
But I feel like it's going to be so worth it when we get that exotic. Because I saw this guy posted that he got the final shape exotic. So he went through all of the final shape on Legendary. He showed his Titan arms he got from that. Brother, they are sick. Dude, it's like, it has like individual moving cogs in the armor. Like,
That's
just like that moves. And
Is that the class exotic?
I don't think so, because there's also the exotic. I don't know if it's from the final shape. I don't know exactly, but I saw. So there's Titans that have this axe. Have you seen this?
It's
Yes.
like a
One of the
their
guides
new
I was watching.
subclass thing.
Yeah, I was watching a guide last night, and the dude was like
Brother.
throwing it at yellow bar enemies and was just shoot. The health bar was just shoot. I was like,
Get this. Get this. I was doing a mission on Europa. A random dude pulls up, throws one just down on the ground. It was floating there. Brother, you can pick one up and throw it. Your teammates can use that axe.
That's crazy.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I saw it because
That's
I was
crazy.
playing around with my Titan, and I saw that there was a subclass option for the solar, and I couldn't pick it. I was like, oh, I have to unlock this somehow? Like, where do
It was
I
void.
go to unlock it? Oh, mine was on solar, and it was a separate axe. Oh, no, it was void. It was void. Never mind. You're right.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I know that the solar for the Titan has like the dual hammers.
Yeah.
Which that's a fun class. But yeah, dude, the axe thing and the fact that your teammates can use it as well, nuts. That's nuts.
That's crazy.
That
And
is
that's one of the
so
things I love
cool.
about Destiny. Like these abilities are they are diverse. Like what I'm running right now, like I throw down my healing rifts. They have a shockwave. I get the arc soul from them. If we're in like a heavy populated enemy area, which is with Legendary a lot, my rift builds up faster. So I'm constantly throwing out rifts. Like I'm constantly throwing out heals, giving us arc souls. But I'm also just straight murdering shit. Like I won't be humble about that. Like if we look at the kills at the end of anything we do,
Honestly, bro was killing it in competitive. It was insane. Adrian would go out there and just team wipe. I'm like, okay, I'll just support you then. I thought I was
Yeah.
decent, but then I saw Adrian
I've
play. I'm
played
like,
so
okay.
much Crucible in Destiny. Like I played
Yeah.
so much of every activity in the first Destiny. Like
I will say, Crucible, Gambit.
Gambit is really fun.
Gambit's fun, but I would prefer Crucible for some reason. I think they're quicker and
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
you fuck more.
Dude,
Yeah.
Chase, start
3v3s?
running competitive. Start running competitive with.
We
Adrian
were
and I.
running around.
I want to do trials so bad, dude. I want to.
Dude, it's so fun. I was gonna keep it a surprise. Adrian saw it. I got the Hood of the Exile,
Oh yeah, that.
the
Sphinx-
Anubis helmet.
That's another thing I like about Destiny. There's a lot
had-
of like
I had the
customization.
wood
So
fight butt off. I got a whole team wipe in trials. That's how I got it. I
the thing
did
is,
a whole team wipe and kill it. I killed
I've
a whole team by
found
myself.
ornaments that I like. So I really all I care about is like finding the right traits. Like even with my helmet, I'm running really good gear. Most of my gear has 8 energy for putting traits and stuff, except for my helmet and my exotic armors. So like I'm still trying to find a helmet to like perfect my build. So like,
I
don't
will
really
say
care about
the
drip.
versatility with the armor and stuff. Like, I'm a Titan
ornaments?
who doesn't
Mhm.
like fucking bulky ass arms. That's my biggest gripe about Titans is that how bulky their
That's
arms
supposed
are.
to be. That's the staple of a
I
Titan.
Yeah.
but I don't like that. Preferably, if I could pick
Shoot.
another class, I would pick Hunter. That was like my main one in Destiny 1. But
I've always
I
Warlock.
decided to be a team player because nobody else is a Hunter or a Titan. But I do fuck with Titan still. I'm not gonna lie. But
You
I appreciate that you can. There are Titan arms that don't have super bulky shit. That's awesome because now I can legitimately customize however I want. I can
Superb
have my character look
customization.
however I want.
The shaders, honestly, just the ability to just put different shaders on different pieces of armor and being able to kind of like combine these color customizations, honestly, is one of the best things I've liked about Destiny, because you don't see many games that do that with separate, fast customization on different parts. Like, you'll see some customization on different parts, but it's like very limited. Like, there's a shit ton of shaders you can get, and you can just put those on any piece of armor. You can put it on your bond thing, like your cape or your bond, or I don't know what the Titans have.
Their mark.
Yeah, Titan
Yeah,
mark.
yeah. Like, you can even change the color. Like, it's just so great. But like, well, we're taking too much time.
Yeah.
I also give it a 10 because I just have so many good memories. With it.
Woo!
I just have a lot of memories with it, and it's always been a game I can go back to.
Yeah.
Unlike Fortnite, where if I go back to it, I will have fun, but I'm like, it's Fortnite. With Destiny, like, I'll get back into it, I'll get sucked into it, and I will get obsessed with it because I've always just really liked the game. It's been one of my favorite games for a long time, and I think the final shape is doing it some justice again, which is great.
I will say one more thing before Gannon gets into his thing. When a game makes the gameplay fun, it's a good game. A lot of games forget about that part. A lot of games forget about the whole gameplay thing. Destiny's gameplay, peak.
I will say,
Get a trial.
I will say one more thing. It's not a big gripe. This is just like a personal thing. I like the idea of like earning the titles, but I think being able to put your own custom title would be cooler.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not like colored or something. It's
Yeah.
like just white.
like I'd rather just like have next to my name like the Arc Tyrant, because that's me. I use that lightning. Deadly, very deadly.
But I
Very
mean, I
savage.
guess lore-wise, I mean, if you're out and about, like as a traveler, as a light bearer, you kind of need to earn those titles. You're not going to be like, you're not going to see some weary traveler and be like, that's the Dragon Slayer right there. No. You
Well,
didn't fucking
you know what?
slay no dragons.
Give me Arc related titles, because I've gotten too many kills with Arc abilities. and
There are.
with Arc types. I haven't gotten a fucking single one, and I should get one by now.
Well, you
Honestly.
just
forgot what-
look at the quest and like complete
That's my
them.
problem. I don't actually look through a lot of the quests. I have a
You
lot
can
of quests, and I've been
that's the
trying to get
greatest
through
thing.
them.
If it is the most like minuscule quest, you can track it. I love that. I love that.
I got to do more of that, but yeah, 10 out of 10. I love the game. I always
And-
will, no matter what.
And as my brother, the Arc Tyrant, was just talking about, I am the Lord of Flames, the Great Phaoma. I'm just gonna, because I feel like you guys really, I was throwing in my own interjections, but
Mhm.
I'm also gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I love Destiny 2. It is just a masterpiece. Like, Jesse and I were doing this legendary mission, and it was like hell. It was just like, and then we got to this part where it was like a little bit of a run up this mountain. It was like the first final shape. It was like the first part of the final shape. So I'm running up because I was trying to get this helmet. But then I was running up, and I just like looked over. I'm like, Jesse was like running up ahead, and I stopped because it's just like this beautiful mountain range, and then it's just like the sun, and then there's like little particles of like asteroids flying around, and then I was like, Jesse, look at this, dude. And he comes back, he's like, bro. And we just stood there, just looking at it. I'm like, this is art. He's like, brother, I agree. And then we went back and killed one. I'm like, I want to feel like I'm an adventurer in an adventure game. I want to feel like I'm being thrown into a world of which I don't quite understand. And I want to make my own canon head. That's right. Taking Chase's words.
Head cannon.
Canon head.
No, give head to the cannon. Give that cannon head.
I am Canon Man.
Give that Gannon head.
Give that Gannon cannon some head.
That'd be nice. But yeah, dude. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I love the aesthetic, gameplay. Dude, I was getting locked in on Trials. Like, well, yeah, competitive. And that's another thing that, like, because I was playing with Connor, and we were doing decent, but we always had, like, a third that would just do nothing, right? Then, later on, Adrian joins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we just start owning. And then I was like, talking to Connor, I was like, this is what it's like to have a full squad. And competitive like this, you have to have the team composition. Yeah, communication and just pure team composition. Because like we would do call outs, and it's just like next thing you know, and I love the traversal in this game. I can like fly, but also with my build, I can do a fire dash. So either I could dash away, or I could jump up over the wall, crack them dead, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's actually that's one thing I've enjoyed too, because like with how we were playing last night, when it comes to like Crucible and competitive, like I'll fucking, you saw me, I was just straight headshot beaming him, but I'm not really run at you, straight at you, like throw shit at you and kill you. Like I wait for them to come for me, because I know as soon as you come around that corner, I'm locking into your head. Especially with that rifle I had, if I'm hitting you with 2 headshots, I'm taking out a lot of your health. And I know that's my role in the team composition. So I liked how like I'm doing that, and I'm seeing Connor like jumping over walls, and I see him getting a kill. And then like I see somebody pulling up here, and I'm seeing you do that like fire dash, and then there's a kill there, and I'm like, okay, cool. There's like these things I'm not doing in Destiny. I have teammates that are doing them. So like it was easy.
Especially when I got that crimson. Like, oh
yeah, I gotta get you that post rifle chase. We'll run you through that. That was another thing. Destiny and Borderlands are like the 2 games that I really have that feeling like I can walk people through things within this game. Like Elden Ring, I cannot walk through shit. Like I can't walk anyone through that. I don't have any confidence playing that game. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking get killed. It's cool. I'll get killed. Fuck it. But like, I'm gonna get killed. Destiny, it's like I know what I'm doing. I know what I can do. I know just looking when we're in the middle of fights, like what needs to be done. So I feel like I'm good with like walking people through things. Like if I can learn a raid, I can walk us through it.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing too. I was you brought up a good point. I like games that, and I'm sure the Destiny tryhards are gonna come for my throat. Destiny is a very balanced game. If you want to just relax and chill, walk through a story, play a simple, casual game of Strike or Crucible or Gambit, you can do that. If you want a challenge, you could do a Nightfall. You could do a raid. You could do a dungeon. You can do competitive Crucible or Gambit.
Just do the legendary mode of anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good that they have those options available to you.
Or just ride your sparrow around.
I do sometimes just go to random planets. I'll just ride around and just do like public events. Just randomly.
Yeah, public events, or they have like the patrol missions, they have the lost sectors. Like, there's so much that you can do in the game that's not just like right in front of your face, but I also love the ease of being able to just jump into whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's so cool. I will say again, the aesthetic. So perfect.
Yeah. I will say also too, the loot drop has been a lot better, honestly. I'm getting a lot of shit. Like, maybe it's because I have my build set, but like, I'm not getting a lot of shit. Well, I'm getting a lot of shit, but like only like half of it's really stuff that's like at my light level, at that item's light level that I want to like infuse it with, or a little lower. But I'm getting a lot of like maybe 1 or 2 higher light level. But like I feel like I climbed my height level or my light level up like 5, 6, 7 yesterday, just with all the shit we did. Like it just feels like the loot drop is a little better. I will say that, which is great because I love collecting exotics. I have a shit ton.
I will say Destiny is a collector's wet dream.
It's so nice.
That's why I like Borderlands 2. I have a shit ton of stuff in Borderlands 1, 2, 3. I didn't do much of the pre-sequel.
And I am a simp for character customization. Like,
I think
so
everyone is deep down.
Not deep down. There are people I see online that are like, get character customization out of games. Like, let me just control a rando who has this attached story that I don't care about. I want to be immersed. I want my character to go through the rings of hell and come back unscathed and be like, yeah, I fucking did that.
I want people to see my warlock dripped in like this white silver with like that teal blue accent and just be like, he might be a serial killer to the Vex. I'm not gonna fuck with this guy because I am. I'm a serial killer to all of them. He committed
war crimes. Like, even like, I know the Vex and, you know, the Cabal are like at our throats, but I mean, this dude terrorized these people. I feel bad.
A single battle, I had almost 500 kills. I am a madman. Somebody stop me.
That is true.
But I like that immersion. I do. It's great. I get into it. I lock in fucking super quick with that. And that's why you'll hear me complain a lot, because I'm just so like locked in. Like, ugh.
And I love the connectability of multiplayer. Like, say you're like in orbit, right? And then you get invited to a fire team. Next thing you know, you're flying towards the planet in your ship to go to where your buddy is. Love that.
Even that little minute detail of like going into strikes, crucible raids, dungeons, whatever you're doing, and going from outer space, and everybody's ship is flying into it. It's just like, that's just a cool little detail. Like, you didn't have to, but you did. I like it.
I would like if they could bring in ship battles. That'd be fun.
I feel like it wouldn't be very balanced though.
It wouldn't be balanced,
it'd be hard to balance.
They should up the party size for like certain things like campaign and stuff. Like, maybe just do 6. If you make it harder and do 6-player campaign, that'd be cool.
You got 6-player raids, like, just I might as well.
It's there.
Yeah.
Or I was thinking about the ship battle thing. Remember Battlefront 2, the original, where you fly your ship in to the bay, and then like you either do a certain have like that like a PvE setting, so it doesn't have to worry about like this whole balancing. But you could fly in, right, and you're in your homies just destroying like a hive dreadnought or something, right? And there's like some artifact on there. Come in, land the ship. Yeah, dude, that'd be sweet.
I will say though, that would be cool. But there's already so much when you think about it. Like, the game's a big ass game. Just adding in all that would take up a lot of space, but it would also, adding in a lot of assets would just bog everything, the servers, loading in all that extra shit. Especially if it's on an area where you can just go around patrol. That's loading in other people, loading all this stuff in, and then loading in the space battle. Like, it's just so much.
Well, I was thinking that because one of Bungie's other games, fan favorite, or my personal favorite, Halo Reach, had a cool ship battle section in one of the missions. I thought that was, I mean, and the Banshees, like flying around on a Banshee, that was so cool. I was just thinking like, maybe because they add in the Sparrow racing here and there, like they always add in those random events. Also, another thing, they have cool events that are like the Olympics too, that they pin each of the classes against, and they're like, "Hey, compete in this fun tournament." That's that's cool. Yeah, they did. They do it.
Let me shoot my gun off my Sparrow. Let me whip it. Come by.
Give me weapon taunts. If I'm gonna be in first person for the most part, give me some weapon taunts. That'd be kind of cool. Let me do like a little spin with because I always use a lot of hand cannons. Let me do a little spin with my revolver or some shit, you know? That'd be kind of cool. But we talked a lot about this. 10 out of 10. It was 10.
10 out of 10. I'm so sorry, gaming community. 9.9 for Elden Ring. Whatever it was for Baldur's Gate. And we're going to give Destiny a 10 out of 10. You can take it or you can leave it.
If I could go back, I probably would change my Elden Ring score. Maybe I was being too critical. But, you know.
Well, I ended up changing it anyways. It is a 10 out of 10. We rounded up. So
I don't care. I mean, Elden Ring, I think Elden Ring probably is a little better than Destiny. So I think it does deserve that 10.
Take our hand.
9.9. I have to beat
We'll help you beat Moog.
I have to beat Moog too, so it's because of my new
I
Game
think
Plus.
the hardest thing for me is just switching it back and forth between my external. That's one thing Xbox fucked up on. They should have just let loading for any game off of external hard drives, not this proprietary. You have to have this fucking memory stick you insert in a certain slot. Like,
yeah,
I get
imagine being the douche that had that.
Yeah. You didn't pay for it, though, you lucky bastard.
Yeah. Got cool homies.
You know, if my friends loved me, they would come together and
help a brother out.
We just upgrade to a Xbox Series X.
I might. I'd have to. I might trade because they're coming out with the Series S that has the 1 terabyte hard drive. So maybe I could trade in my Xbox.
So let me get this straight. You're going to trade your Xbox in and still probably have to pay the remainder for this, which is probably going to be more for the 1 terabyte Xbox Series S or X. Or, a lot cheaper idea, get the memory stick.
I guess.
A lot cheaper idea. Like, you're talking about it costing a bit. I feel like getting a 1 terabyte Series X is going to be a little bit more money.
Well, let me look on good old
Amazon. I got the link. I'll get the link.
Get the link. Yeah, I just got a external hard drive. I didn't know there was other option.
Yeah, the internal hard drive.
So you guys ready for bad superpowers?
Mm-hmm.
JJK edition. Not sponsored, but just thought, oh.
Yeah, shout out Hikari.
Shout out Hikage.
Wrong one. We're getting off track. All right, JJK edition. These are ones that exist in Jujustu Kaisen, but with a little twist, maybe. Option number 1, curse speech. Whatever you say, anyone who hears it will listen. The more powerful the man, though, the worse it'll destroy your throat. That's what she said. Or blood manipulation, so you can manipulate your own blood, but you have an iron deficiency. So you're probably gonna pass out.
Because the curse speech is still pretty much curse speech. I forgot what homie's name is, but I feel like
Inumaki.
Inumaki. Isn't that his first name?
I think so, actually.
But I feel like Inumaki, he still gets destroyed. I feel like the blood manipulation with the iron deficiency.
I feel like honestly with the iron deficiency.
Choge Inumaki.
Yeah, you're right. I confirmed. I think with the blood manipulation, though, you maybe be able to. You're definitely not gonna be able to do like what Chozo does. You might be able to do what Kamo is able to do. He has to have blood bags as a reserve, and then on top of that, you're probably not going to be able to. You're only probably gonna be able to do like 1 power, and then you're passing out.
I like her speech.
I would honestly take the blood manipulation because I would spend as much time as I can every single day putting my own blood or other people's. Well, it's your own blood you manipulate. Never mind. My own blood in bags a bunch of bags, and I will take that into the battlefield, and I will immediately just spread that shit everywhere. Because if I can control it, it doesn't fucking matter where it is. I'm going to control it.
Explode! Spread it everywhere.
I'm just going to throw the bag up, let them fucking shoot it. I'll throw something at it, let it explode everywhere, because I'm just going to throw a bunch of shit at you with that blood. And I don't have to take any of it out of my body in that fight.
You can take it up to a level, contract HIV. And then you're unstoppable.
Poison blood.
You didn't notice a drop got in your mouth. You're HIV positive.
The real reason Adrian wants this, though, is because he has ED, which happens to us all. He just needs to get a little blood motion down there. By the way, this is sponsored by Hims.
This is sponsored by Blue Chew.
It would have been get Blue Chew. It would have been such a perfect tie-in.
I don't ever want to be sponsored by those companies. Though.
Why not? That would have been a perfect segue.
Blue Chew.
Why not?
Yeah, let me just advertise erectile dysfunction meds to fucking 20 and 30-year-olds who don't need it.
I mean, some people do need it. Some people have the disease.
And guess what? A doctor will give it to you. We don't need fucking social media ads for that shit.
I will say I started taking a finasteride for like hair loss just because I was thinning a little bit. Got it through Keeps. It's one of those services. It was like $75 for like 3 months. Go to your doctor, dude. They can get it for you for like $10 for 3 months.
Or also, rosemary and lavender.
That's also something if you want to go all out.
Put some water in it.
If you're in your 20s or 30s and you feel like you can't get your pecker up, there's some things to think about. Maybe you're not attracted to the person. Maybe you're not attracted to the gender
Adrian,
of that person, or maybe
you're being ignorant right now. There are people who I have friends
but they don't
who
need
are our age.
Ads, like social media ads, just to present it to everyone. We know we can go to our doctor and get these things for us. We don't need social media ads for some company that's selling it to people who don't have erectile dysfunction.
They do have erectile dysfunction. That's what we're saying.
Though.
But that's not how Blue Chew is advertised.
Blue Chew is advertised. It's like a more of a libido supplement.
It's just Viagra. That's what it is.
Essentially. But I will say, I'm trying to support people. There are people who are our age who do suffer from erectile dysfunction, who do, if they think that is a more convenient way of getting it, go. But I would recommend going to your doctor because they'll absolutely give it to you.
That's something you should just go to your doctor for. But anyways, yeah, I'm taking blood manipulation because also if you think about cursed speech, if you're like Inumaki, just right off the bat, just the communication barrier you have with people, it just something I'd rather not deal with. I can put myself through almost passing out to fill up a shit ton of fucking bags in a fight, so I don't have to use my own blood in a fight. But like, to not be able to talk all the time,
salmon.
That's the thing. I was going to also mention that because that is something to keep in mind. The amount of times I say I'm going to kill myself during the day, we're done. It's just going to take once. But
shoot yourself.
That's something to look out for. If you say the wrong thing, it's another bad superpower from a couple episodes ago. If you think it happens. If you say it, it's going to happen. But I would still take cursed speech, and I don't give a frick about saying the salmon ingredients or the tuna or sushi ingredients.
I would tweak it so it was burgers. So because I'm American.
Yeah, Americanize it. Yeah.
Burger.
I would still just go about. I would do the podcast like normal. And I was like, and Adrian says some ignorant shit again. I'm gonna be like, your dick falls off.
Yeah. Guess what? The 20 blood bags that are sitting in your room, you're dead. You're in my trap.
You have iron deficiency. You might be able to just pop one of those bags.
What do you mean?
Lobotomy.
Well, it's not in my body. How is it affecting me if it's in a blood bag?
You can't.
He's right. He found a fucking loophole.
Exactly. I'm setting 20 of those bitches up in your room.
I don't think you can control it from that far, though. Over there in San Diego.
Or am I? Just pull down a screen I'm in front of your apartment.
I was wondering what that weird obscure box is in my room.
A panel van. It's like a panel van.
You see out the window of the truck, there's your neighbors walking by.
And Gannon has been my chair the entire time as well.
He rips off a screen, he's under you.
That.
Like Toji.
Fucking Toji.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking Ant-Man versus Thanos.
No, that's what. No. I'll just be Toji versus Uranus. I alone have the power.
Well, that's it. That's all, folks.
Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of the Something Original podcast. You can also find you can crap. I usually don't say thank you before it. You can find us on all streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and apparently many, many more. We also have our Patreon for only $3 a month.
$3.
But you can find it anywhere else. We went into this not for money, but to entertain. Okay? And the cat. That's, thanks, guys.
That's the gist, some would say.
Who's jizzing?
Me.
I will circle back, guys. Chainsaw Man Chapter 167 was just a... It is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but for
I will say it was a Makima, so it's... I don't know who the other character was. I don't know if they were an adult or not.
New main character, spoil.
So, it's not bad, but also, why the fuck are you writing that in?
It's
Is that
Chainsaw Man. It is Chainsaw. I feel like we forgot what the series was. I feel like that was literally Denji's whole purpose.
But Chapter 167 is very late for them to just be like...
if you've been reading...
No, he's right, because at this point, there's so much going on with the world in Chainsaw Man, with all these other, different devils and stuff. Why is he getting a fucking in an alleyway right now?
If you guys read it...
There's no nothing. All of a sudden...
Well, you can't... Well, I didn't even get to see a dick slip, So, I mean, we're both...
Also, do you two have the time to be doing job activities? Is there not some shit going on you probably have to do?
I think the reason why people are mad is because it wasn't, consensual, but it was. If you guys had been reading it, there was a obvious relationship forming between these two characters that was starting to get a little hot and heavy, but with outside instances also happening at the same time, it makes it for a weird situation. I will spoil it for you guys. The reason why they were in that alley was because she was going to cut off Denji's dick because he got too horny to focus on the mission ahead. So she was like, hey, I'm going to cut off your dick. Ended up, as she was about to cut it, started giving him...
Yeah.
Power?
Well,
no.
He slaps the knife out of her hand, and then she's like, I'm going to do it, and grabs it. And then they're both just like, wait a minute. We like this. Do you have the time to be giving... Is there not some crazy shit in the world happening right now?
People are just losing their fucking minds about it. I'm like, guys, I feel like we forgot the point of the series.
Well, I'm now have the Chainsaw Man box set in my Amazon wish list.
Oh, when Sarah watches that part, she's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Well, it's the newest shit, and we haven't even gotten to, part 2 of the very first part. Good luck, guys. You are missing out.
I'm not missing out on anything because I am reading JJK.
Well, I'm all caught up too.
Actually,
I'm not missing anything.
Before we end this, Chase, Gan, you actually have to read Sakamoto Days.
I am reading it.
I'm all caught up. So fucking good. holy shit, this is such a good manga. Like, it is super good. I talked shit. I was like, it just seems like, no. Expectations.
Yeah.
Beyond my expectations.
You see the cover and you see like this old, like fat convenience store guy, and you're like,
not even old. He's like 27, 28.
What? Yeah. It's dude.
This
fucks.
man's also in his physical prime, technically, but that's just, I'm not gonna spoil because there's just so much. There's just layers upon layers of shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
It's in my list. You're
Dude,
hyping it up.
I'm telling you, I
Not
am
watching
telling
it.
you.
You know what's also in my list?
Trey
I saw
said
that
peak.
seemed good.
Trey said peak. Adrian's gonna try it. You're
What
missing
are
out.
you saying? Are you saying it's peak?
Dude, it's great. I legitimately am invested. I thought this was going to be stupid. I was like, there's no way I could be attached to the main character as a slime. Boy, was I wrong. That is so cool. And the supporting characters are so... The character design... I'm going to send you just a picture of Benimaru in this show. Dude, his peak is so cool.
That's another thing with Sakamoto Days. Shin, the side character, oh man, so well written. I love Shin. Actually, I think he was rated higher in a popularity contest than Taro Sakamoto. But also in my watch list, I've seen it a couple times, like pop up when I'm scrolling through. Golden Kamuy. Give that a shot. It seems interesting.
Hopefully it's better than Ninja Kamuy.
But it's not spelled like that. It's a Y at the end, not an I. I don't know how to really pronounce Kamuy.
Kamuy?
Kamuy? I don't know. It's
Kamehameha!
I've always got that fucking locked and loaded. Maharaga. You got anything else, Chase?
Nope, that's it.
Again?
It was just a hand job.
Somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend.
How did you gulp that loud? Jesus
Why did you go like that? But that is all we have for you guys for this episode of the Something Original Podcast. My name is Adrian.
And I'm Gouda again.
And I am, and will always be, Gannon.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, I forgot I'm the one. Sorry.